Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chilling with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all, living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chilling with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough.
I am starting the Tonight Show with the most intentional Baron J67 slander that I can possibly think of, because he's not a good person. He's not here tonight, but he was something about going to a geriatric feet convention that he paid $16.99 per hour to be at. So shout out to him for going to do that. I don't like him whatsoever, and I wish negative things on Baron as much as possible, because you know he is my California BFF, but I hate him at the same time. Listen, there's lots to talk about tonight, man. We got lots of topics that we got to really get through, man. Warner Brothers, Sony, Xbox, Borderlands. I mean, it's we talking money is being thrown around, deals are possibly being made. But before we get into that, right, I gotta get going with the introductions, right? You guys see some new faces on the panel tonight. You guys gonna see a lot of new faces moving forward. But first off, per usual, back from her little hiatus. She came down to the States. She put on 11,000 pounds because you know how we eat down here in the States. My right hand was, man, the floor hugger with the hardest of ours. What's going on, sis?
You're not wrong. I put on 10 pounds. Y'all know how to eat. Ooh-wee. Y'all know how to eat down there. And it was all good food. I'm glad to be back. It was an experience to go to Manhattan. Very beautiful country. I can't wait to see more of it. Just very beautiful. And I'm happy to be back because y'all know how to eat. Goddamn. Truly, Fame. You weren't joking.
Yeah. You ate decent in New York, but when we get you down to Texas, we're gonna change your life.
You want to roll me onto that plane? I'm going back as cargo. I'm not gonna fit.
We're gonna change your life. Baron said food is life. We're gonna change your life when you get to Texas. Next up,
if you really want your life change, you can come to Louisiana.
Oof. You're gonna have to fork
next up,
home.
DALLAZ. He's not here.
Man, gotta mess with him sometimes.
Oh, dang it.
Oh man, this is gonna be so much fun. And we got some newbies in here. We got some old people in here. By old people, I specifically mean Fame.
Damn.
I like that you said that like Kevin Hart did in the Don Cheadle interview. That made it that much funnier. That said, we got plenty to talk about, and I'm ready to get it going. So let's get it.
Next up, one of my homies from way back hit the way back machine. The anime connoisseur, the otaku fix. JD, what's going on, Chief?
Be here. It's been a minute. I think last time I was here, what it was, E3. Probably about a couple of
long time ago.
Yeah, last time I was here. So happy to be back.
Appreciate you. Hey, I see you in the chat. Drake, what's happening with your shoulder? I see you, Lv1 channel member. Shout out to your shoulder for coming through and rocking with us. Next up, this man does his thing at PM Studios. Man, he writes amazing articles at Lv1 Gaming. He is tackled some of our biggest things. Shout out to the companies that give us their review keys. Harrison, what's going on, brother?
Hey man, glad to be back. Last time I was here, people were telling me that I was being paid by Ubisoft to review their games. So,
yep.
What game did you review? Start getting that hate. What game was that?
Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah.
Bad. Yeah, they were dragging you, bro. They said you got a check for doing that review for us. That's crazy.
Hey man, there's worse things.
Listen, I get that a lot, and I'm waiting for somebody to say, "Oh, you work for Xbox." I wish Xbox come write me a check to come up here and hype it up because I will do it expeditiously.
Yep.
It is what it is. Last but not least, his words, not mine. Self-proclaimed idiot, dreadhead of the day. This dude is cool with Baron, so I ain't cool with him. Troll, what's going on, boss?
Hey, first of all, it's professional idiot, all right? Get it correct, all right? Fame.
That makes a big difference.
Second of all, Dallas, I ain't no noob, okay? Okay, just because you know how to mow the lawn and cut grass, the grass look nice behind there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I travel a lot. I usually don't have the same take as anybody, so yeah, expect to hear some difference of opinion.
Hey, and that's what we do. And shout out to D with the King. Is that King of the Hill background?
Yeah.
Little known fact, Dallas is also cousins with Boomhauer. Plenty relation. Yeah, see, y'all heard that. Plenty relation. Listen, we gotta keep going with these topics, but first off, before we do, I gotta let you guys know. Hitting that like button helps out a whole bunch. It helps us, pushes us in a YouTube algorithm. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's free 99. Second of all, this ain't Twitch, baby. Subscribing is free. It won't cost you nothing. So go and hit the subscribe button. Show us some love. Help us continue to grow. Again, push us in the algorithm. If you want to throw some coins at us, right? Because sometimes we are willing to do something strange for a little piece of change, right? Consider becoming a channel member. We have multiple tiers. Des ain't here today, but if she was here, I'll remind you that you can always go in with the emote to remind her that it is Chicken Head City every day of the week. And also, if you want to super chat as well. If you enjoy the show, if you laugh one time, please consider go ahead doing that. But I want to jump right into a chat. We got to talk about Xbox. We got to talk about Xbox because Sarah Bond came out in a video that Xbox posted, and she dropped some bombs, pretty much confirming some things that are already kind of rumored and linked out there, but it's a major change and a major shift in the console gaming market space. All right. First off, the thought in mind that the Xbox would not make a new console, that's out of the door. They've announced a new console is coming. It sounds like the report that came out about Xbox not doing their own handheld, that being canceled, that might not be the case. Might just been pushed back, or she could have been referring to the ROG Ally X. I get that, right? But they do have a new multi-year partnership with AMD. And the biggest part about this, right, it's not that the partnership with AMD. It's not I'm talking about Game Pass in the cloud, right? The biggest thing that came out about this is that she said that the Xbox gamers will not be locked to one store, right? And the only thing that makes sense here is that the rumors of Steam being on Xbox has to be true, right? And the reason that's a game changer, no matter the platform you're on, right? Regardless of whether or not we believe what Sony may or may not be able to do. We know Xbox are putting games on PlayStation. They're likely going to be day and date. We know PlayStation is putting games on Steam further down the line. So if Steam is on Xbox and PlayStation puts its games on Steam, by the laws of Fig Newton, that means PlayStation games will be on Xbox. That means Xbox gamers will have access to Steam summer sales. We can talk all day and tomorrow and talk about how this is going to cannibalize the Windows store and no one's going to buy games for Windows, but they can buy games for Steam. We don't know what those transactions will look like between Microsoft and people buying Steam games on the console. But it looks like the next series of Xbox and Xbox consoles will be the closest thing we've gotten to PC on console than we will ever see. And in my opinion, I think that's a game changer. I do want to start with you, trolls. First time on the podcast. I'm gonna get your thoughts. Microsoft is saying, "Hey, we're not going to tie our Xbox gamers to one store. We can assume that means Steam, Epic, Geo, and all that's coming, right?" Your thoughts on this, in my opinion, monumental shift in the console space?
I've been saying this for quite a bit of time now. I don't know how they're like making money off of a lot of these investments. There's a lot going on in regards to, Gears of War going to like PlayStation, and now Steam hopping. I just feel like, I guess what's gonna tie gamers to be loyal, I guess, to the Xbox brand in terms of using like stuff directly with them. Because I know me, if you give me Steam on my Xbox device, I'm not using the Xbox store or the app. In fact, I don't know if I would even keep a Game Pass subscription, depending on the game. Depending on the game. Because some people might be like, you know what? It might be a Steam summer sale going down the line, and I'll just buy it then. And it won't need to do the subscription. So I'm just curious how like the financials are gonna look, because they're investing a lot in a lot of different spaces. And that's not even talking about the Xbox app on the TV. And I guess really this is just, I guess, their way of getting the international market even more. But I'm just curious how they're making any money off of these moves.
Let me ask you, Joe, do you own an Xbox now?
I do not.
You do not.
I did.
Would this entice you to, if they say yes, Steam is on the next Xbox, right? Would this entice you? I'm assuming you mainly play on PC.
Yes.
Right. Would this entice you to buy an Xbox?
The new ROG Xbox definitely enticed me, but not for the Xbox aspect. Just more of just Windows, the all integration. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but I don't see any of my
moving the needle for you.
Yeah, it's not moving. None of the things they announced really moved me, to be honest. I don't think it's really going to change much of what I'm already doing. And from the few conversations I've had with people, they felt the same.
And you know what? I firmly believe, because you're one of the few people I've heard say who don't have an Xbox now that's not saying, "Hey, I'm going to give me an Xbox now." And I think it's because of the PC aspect. Because if you primarily play on PC, you have a good rig. This doesn't really do anything for you because you can already do everything on his Xbox that the new Xbox will be able to do now on your PC, right? Harrison, I'm gonna swing over to you and ask you. I know you have an Xbox now because you review a bunch of games for us on the Xbox when Xbox sends us codes, right? Again, this, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, Steam on Xbox is a complete game changer, and I do understand that there's going to be a lot of things they got to work out. Our game's going to be optimized for the Xbox, but it's going to be optimized for for PC. And then what does that shift look like? But your thoughts on Xbox pretty much saying, hey, you don't want to buy games at the Windows Store? Fine, here's Steam.
First, does anybody here own games on the Windows Store? Like, I own one.
On the Windows Store?
No.
Yeah.
I own all the games they give me on Prime Gaming.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like everybody has like one game on Windows Store. Okay, cool. I don't know. For me, it's just the ecosystem. Like the UI is the main thing for me. I mean, like I own a Windows. I mean, not a Windows fridge. The Xbox mini fridge and the Xbox toaster. So like,
You got the toaster?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Walmart. It was like $30 for Black Friday.
I wish I would have got. I got the fridge, not the toaster. But my bad. I was interested by that. Bad dude, interested in the food product, right? Crazy work. Go ahead, Harrison. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. Just if they make more kitchen appliances, I'm there. What was the question? I got distracted by kitchen.
No. You got distracted by the food talk. No, man. Just get your overall thoughts on this being a big shift for Xbox, like bringing over what we assume is Steam to the Xbox. Like is this a move that you're into, that you would buy the next Xbox for?
I would still buy it. My main concern would be how much stuff is cross save compatible, because there are things on Steam that I prefer to play on Steam, but they mainly are RTS games. And if they were to make them controller compatible, like, sure, maybe I'd consider playing on Xbox, but if they're not cross save, I'm not going to do that. So, for example, when Horizon just came out on PlayStation, the saves didn't carry over. So when I played it, I was looking forward to the haptic feedback on it, but that wasn't a thing. So, the haptic triggers are there, but they're not. It wasn't enough to be like, yeah, you should buy this for the haptic feedback. But I don't know. Just having it on Steam is not enough. It's good, but the main things I play on PC are things that I don't play on consoles, because at the end of the day, I'd rather sit on a couch and play games and not still sit in this like office desk chair that I'm at already 10 hours a day. So that's just me.
I'm not gonna hold you. I gotta get to this thing in a second. I'm gonna have a hug. I'm not gonna hold you, but I can't remember the last time I gamed on the couch. I can't remember the last time I gamed on the couch.
It's so much better.
I'm usually here or I'm in bed. I got a Series S in my bedroom, right? I haven't got on the couch and gamed in I don't know how long. But really quick, shout out to Legendary Yobi. Channel member for 21 months. He says, Lv1 Gaming, peace, love, life, love the team from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for always being legit and always welcoming. P.S. Hug up, baby. But shout out to Legendary Yobi, man. I always come through showing the love, man. Thank you for being a channel member for 21 months, brother. That means a lot. And speaking of baby boo, Hugger, someone who I know is a PC gamer through and through. She's just now getting through them backlog of PlayStation games, right? She's played God of War recently, which I'm super proud of her for doing, right? But Hugger, as someone who primarily plays on PC, just like Troll, Xbox is saying, hey, our next console, it's going to be a console experience, but with pretty much every platform you could think of is going to be on here, because we got Steam, we got PlayStation, we got Epic Store. We're not locking you down to one store. I mean, wouldn't it suck if all this meant was Epic was coming to the Xbox console and it wasn't Steam? It would be the worst decision ever.
Give me that. Give me that.
You would want that?
Mm-hmm.
Just Epic and not Steam?
Yes.
All those Epic free games.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. These people getting nice cuts, you know what I mean? For putting games on Epic Games, you know what I mean? If it just means they get more money, hey, I'm with it.
Listen, I think this, if it doesn't mean Steam, would be the worst thing they can do. It wouldn't be worth it, in my opinion. But Hugs, does this sway you at all? I know you ain't never looked at an Xbox twice. You ain't never blew a kiss at one because it ain't really your jam because you got a PC. Would this sway you to even look at Xbox a little bit? Because like, hold on now. Gabe looking at me, I'm looking at Gabe. I'm trying to play these games on Steam on Xbox.
Wasn't the big one, the one now supposed to be modular as well, so it was kind of supposed to already start the process. For me, it won't, because I love my baby girl. But if they were to, because I know somewhere she's gonna tingle. Des will get it if there's customization. FOMO is real. Des will get it. She'll keep it in a box. If there's customization and make it pretty, maybe they release a Black Panther edition, I might get it for collection's sake, but I like my PC. She's just so beautiful. Why would I ever go to a console?
See, I knew you wouldn't have it no matter. And again, I say this not to be ignorant to the fact. I get it. For those who strictly play on PC, this ain't really your thing, right? Dallas, you have a PC. Your legs somewhat work, but
Yeah,
you
I'm
mostly
on
play
it.
on PlayStation. If I'm not mistaken, right? This is going to be looked at by a lot of people as the all-in-one platform, right? You got this box that can play Xbox, Steam, and PlayStation games. Does that tickle your fancy even a little bit?
I mean, I feel Hugger, like for collection's sake, it might be a thing for me, but like way later down the line. If I can put it super simple, there's 1,000 games that I played on say PC that I wish I could have on a handheld. There's 1,000 games that I played on console that I kind of wish I could play on PC. Never wanted to play Steam games on Xbox. That was never a thing for me. Like it never crossed my mind. After this is not a thing in the news any longer, it probably won't cross my mind again. It's just like a nice to have. It's cool. It's a feature, but it's not a feature I buy something for.
I think it'll be great for indies, because if you open up Steam, and Steam is the home of the indie sales and stuff like that, I think it'll help a lot. And we know indies are amazing.
If I can add too, like if I can play Helldivers 2 or something on an Xbox controller like God intended on an Xbox,
Oh,
so if they can make that happen, I'm there.
All these other variables that you would want in place before that was even a thing to care about. Like all these games are run the same or at least comparable. Like am I getting cross save with every game? Is it like cross save, cross progression? All of that stuff is would be important. And I don't want to have to think about it on a game by game basis. If I did, I would only play on PC.
Listen, I gotta get to JD, but Jay rambled to our super chat. Do you mean Xbox better or did you mean Xbox butter? I gotta know, but I gotta know, fam. Xbox butter, because that means we get fat around here. All right, or do you mean Xbox better? You gotta clarify, Jay. I'm not moving on to JD unless you tell me if you really meant Xbox butter.
We're gonna have to have the big back on the soundbar then.
Listen, Xbox butter, baby. JD, you play on Xbox a lot, man. You excited about these Steam sales on Xbox?
Actually, I am, because one, I have a PS5 and it's been collecting dust for like ever because it hasn't been really nothing for me to really get on it. And so if I can have Steam, Epic, and other launchers on there, and I can potentially buy these PlayStation games, that would save me money from buying a console just to sit there and collect dust. So that's how I'm looking at it. Also, Game Pass saves me a lot of money as well. And then you're adding on the Steam sales that they normally have, which will also save me a lot of money. My whole thing is, if it's gonna give me the most value, I'm definitely gonna invest in it and get it, keep it going. Especially if there is some type of cross progression, say, which I doubt it, because I don't think they're really gonna be that deep with it. But all in one place, I'm with it.
Listen, I think it's gonna be mighty hilarious the first time God of War is playable on that new Xbox. I mean, because if things go how we expect, it should be there day one when the Xbox console launch. Hello, Xbox gamers. You now have access to Uncharted, God of War Ragnarok, The Last of Us. Sony's gonna lose their S, and I wouldn't be shocked if they pulled their stuff from Steam.
Dude,
not
I
past that yet.
am pretty. I'm surprised they're coming out with another console. I don't
Xbox?
know. Yeah, because I'm just thinking you have a handheld and you have Game Pass app on TVs on mobile. I would think that any kid growing up right now would just get the Xbox Rock Ally so they could play on the go.
It's gonna be expensive, bro.
Yeah,
That
dude.
thing is going to be that's gonna be the most expensive handheld we've ever seen. It's going to reset the market on handhelds.
Ooh, you
I
think so?
think it's gonna. I think it's gonna price a lot of people out
I think it's gonna be
Really?
at least $700. Genuinely. Yeah.
for the
I can see
base, for
700.
the base one.
$1,500.
The X is gonna be 1,000. I
Yeah.
can see that base being 700, maybe 750. But that the ROG Xbox Ally X, the big boy, 1,000. Easy. I think it's going to reset the handheld market.
What would you be willing to pay for it, Fane?
Me? A shiesty mask and a Switch.
Brother.
I ain't talking about Nintendo.
And I ain't talking
See,
about
but
Nintendo. Facts.
but it's funny we're saying this because like PS5 disc was what 500, 550, and then the next
Which one?
PlayStation is the PS5, the disc version when it first came out.
Oh, yeah.
It was 500. The next PlayStation or PS Pro, they're probably going to stop selling regular PS5s. It's going to be only Pros. Those are like 700. I feel
Yeah.
like parents are going to buy them anyway. So I feel like $700, even though it sounds a lot to us, I feel like for a kid that's never had a console, they're going to swipe that Affirm card anyways.
Listen, Klarna.
Dang.
Affirm.
That Klarna.
It's
Damn.
wild.
Here's the
kids
thing.
need to buy those though? Are kids the
Go ahead,
main target?
Harrison. No.
Okay. Just want to clarify. Yeah. I don't
The
see a
Switch.
single parent buying a kid an ROG Ally or a Steam Deck or anything.
Not with access to the
It's
internet.
right.
funny
Young
because
kid.
like I teach after school programs and these kids they don't ask for Switch. They love Mario, but they don't ask for Switch. They always ask for a PlayStation. And
Yeah.
I've been volunteering to about 15 schools the past
And
maybe
Troll,
6 years.
you're new to the show, but you know why that's the case, right? Because back when we were younger, I'm the oldest person on the podcast, right? I think I can say that fairly
Dusty.
comfortably.
Mhm.
My mom's I can't say parents because dad is a ghost. My mom would call everything Nintendo. If I was playing Sega, it's Nintendo. Everything was Nintendo. But now it's PlayStation, right? When someone says, "Oh, where's my phone?" everyone automatically assumes he's talking about an iPhone. And all the kids got to have an iPhone because that's what people think of phones. Even though Android is superior and Samsung is superior in every way, shape, or form, people think of Apple, right? And now when people think of gaming, they think of PlayStation. And so it's the I have the it thing, right? I'm gaming, I have a PlayStation. I have a phone, I have an iPhone. And I think that's why that generation, because a lot of them, the PS4 is the first thing they ever had. So all they known was Xbox being down. They
Mhm.
wasn't here with the OG Xbox with the fat ass controller and therefore the 360. They don't know the peaks of Xbox. All they know was Xbox bad, PlayStation better. So I think that's what's happening, right? They automatically gonna think of anything that's PlayStation is going to be superior, right? And I can't knock them for it because that's all they know.
I mean, I'm a PlayStation
See?
boy at heart, so PlayStation superior. I'm just saying.
See, you was born what 2015, Troll? No, I'm playing.
Actually,
I'm playing.
2021.
Wow.
See, see, I just think this is. Oh, he did clarify. Butter is better. Butter is better. I just think this is. For as many people who want to give Xbox crap for losing the console war and all this stuff, I love the fact that our three major console makers are all doing stuff completely different. I love it. I
Agreed.
love it. I think the times of them all doing the same thing and then racing in the same lane, those days were far behind us. And I think old heads like me need to let that go. I love the fact that Nintendo doesn't care what you think, and they're going to continue to be Nintendo. If they want to sell you cardboard and used underwear, you're probably going to buy it because you love Nintendo. I love that PlayStation telling you, "Hey, we don't. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're going to build hardware and we're going to build you blockbuster cinematic movies." Boom. Xbox wants to be there, and they say, this ain't gonna work. Let's shift Sega, and we're gonna do something a little bit different. And you say, you know what? It doesn't matter. We're gonna put our games on PlayStation. Because to me, I don't care where you play our games at, because if I'm gonna get 100% revenue on my Xbox, so I'm gonna get 70% if you play it on PlayStation, right? And if Phil and all of his glory was really playing the long game, and this Steam thing is really real, it is checkmate. Because PlayStation, it's too late for PlayStation, for Sony and their investors to say we're going to completely back out of the PC market space. We're done with PC, right? Only thing they can do is make that window shorter. They seem to be committed to bringing their games over to Steam. Now, the question that's going to really haunt people, we won't know this for another year and a half or 2 years when this new Xbox comes out, and if it has a Steam on it, right? The question is there some sort of backdoor access that Steam will allow PlayStation to have to make sure that their games are not playable on that Xbox? That's the $1 million question. Will Steam allow that to happen? Or Steam saying you're here or you're not? I think that's going to be major, because if Sony can somehow finagle their games not being playable on a Steam version on Xbox, or Xbox version of Steam, that's going to be big for them, because they can always still say, hey, this game is exclusive to our platform, exclusively. Console exclusive on PlayStation, and exclusives mean a lot to PlayStation. They're not letting that go. But it's going to be a major shift. But while we're speaking on PlayStation, right? And more so Sony, some major news coming out that PlayStation, I keep saying PlayStation, right? And that's because we're talking about PlayStation so much, right? But it's really Sony. Sony is looking to buy out Warner Brothers games. We're talking having control of the games, having control of the movie space, and this is on top of Warner Brothers already currently going through some restructuring, right? At least their games division is going to be focused on, they're going to be restructured and focused on their four key franchises, which is Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, Mortal Kombat, and DC Universe. Right? They're making a lot of changes, but in the midst of this, it looks like Sony's reportedly interested in buying Warner Bros. If you remember, if you're an OG and go to the Wayback Machine, I wrote an article at Lv1Gaming.com, Lv1Gaming.com, and it was my plea. This is before all of this stuff was really going down. If you look at the thumbnail, it's a thumbnail of Batman, but his there was a Joker, might have been a Joker, and his left eye was an Xbox logo, right? For Xbox needs to be the one to go in, and this was back before they got Activision Blizzard. This is back before they got help me out here, Bethesda. This is before the two major acquisitions, right? And they were getting little stuff. They was getting Playground Games. They was getting Ninja Theory. They was buying little stuff up here and there. And I was like, yo, Warner Brothers is having issues. This is a perfect opportunity for Xbox to swing in and sweep up Warner Brothers, right? But it looks like Sony is going to make that change. Troll, I'm coming back over to you, my boy. Sony is looking to buy up Warner Brothers in the midst of Warner Brothers shaking things up over there, man. I do want to get your thoughts and opinions on that.
I would like that, honestly, as long as it doesn't lead to major layoffs after. I'm with it. I feel like the only thing Sony got right now, as we're talking about the Xbox topic, is these games, and so this is just another way for them to get more big titles, probably on just the PlayStation. Who knows? They might do another Mortal Kombat game that's PlayStation exclusive. At the same time, I'm still curious about some of the other games, like I played Middle-earth: Shadow of War. What's gonna happen to that? Or like Cars. I played Cars. I know a lot of people didn't play Cars. I played Cars. Or
wait, you mean like Lightning?
Yeah, Lightning.
Is
They
that
had
a
a game?
Disney
Why I was
property?
picturing you sitting on
That
the
was
floor
Warner
with
Brother
Hot
Games.
Wheels.
Okay.
That was
that's-
Troll was definitely
That's
on
Disney.
his stomach on the floor with his feet up behind him, flapping, playing
With
Cars.
the Hot
I
Wheels.
guarantee you.
Mm-hmm. I played My Friend Scooby Doo on the iOS.
My friend Scooby Doo is crazy.
I can't even hate. I got the Barbie game downloaded
he's
that
not
just came to
lying.
Game Pass, so
Oh man.
I can't hate.
And was
But,
Star Wars on that list?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
You said Game of Thrones, DC, Harry Potter, and more.
Oh,
No, Star
they're going
Wars.
to put stuff in they're supposed to be restructuring the games division based on the 4 key franchises, which is Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, Mortal Kombat, and DC Universe.
Wow. So you won't get any more Lego Star Wars?
I'm sure we will. It doesn't seem like that's a tent pole right now.
Okay.
In my opinion, but I do want to go really quickly here. So it's a bit of a little piece here from those boys over Insider Gaming. So according to SES Scoops or SE Scoops, Sony is interested in buying Warner Brothers streaming and studio assets. Those assets, the report says, would include the company's HBO Max streaming services, its various IPs, and gaming assets. The Warner Brothers Discovery announced on June 9th that it is splitting its company into 2 separate entities, WBD Streaming and Studios and WBD Global Networks. The split, which is scheduled to be completed in mid-2026, will see all of the company's linear assets such as TNT Sports, CNN, and Discovery under the Global Networks wing and streaming and studios, including HBO Max, games, production studios, and more. This would be we talk about how the Activision thing was a stickler, right? Major, right? Sony, especially being a foreign company, coming in and scooping up and having control over this much, I think would be. I could be wrong, but I'm willing to bet somebody at the FCC would say, we'll let you get some of this, but we're not coming in and scooping up all of this stuff in America. Here's some of Swiss. Oh, go ahead, D.
It's not like they're not gonna fumble it anyway. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. It's not like they're not gonna fumble it anyway. Because we talking about, listen, the only good in my head that can come from this is if you dump Sony's entire movie catalog in the Max. You got to do that because like Sony is trash with distribution. Let's just start there.
Group your anime services together.
Oh, you see what I'm saying? Just drop everything. Just dump everything on Max because that leaves less room for error because they will find a way to mess it up. I'm telling you. And we talking about a company acquiring, for all intents and purposes, another company that had the same stupid ass strategy as them. Let's just fail at a bunch of live service games nobody asked for and skip over all the good stuff that we could do that people have been asking for decades. Either way, they gonna fumble it. So like, what does it really matter? If I was the FCC, I'd be like, you know what, just go on, get out my face, go do something. Like, if I was them,
I just think it's too much. I think when we talk about the gaming stuff, okay, right? I think we talk about HBO Max and then the CNN part of it, right? I just don't see that happen, right? But Harrison, I'm gonna swing over to you, man. Your thoughts on Sony looking to purchase Warner Brothers and while Warner Brothers is in the midst of restructuring. If you're able to speak on this, I know you got some stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can't really talk on certain topics.
I think it's important to remember that Sony is not like Xbox and that Sony makes like fridges. They own like dirt bikes. Like they own literally like so many things. So I don't know how much those assets would have been split between like, my main concern is if they got the DC things, Sony 100% would be like, cool, we're only keeping Marvel and DC things. Now they own both comic books. We're only keeping those in our console. Like that sucks. Like Xbox would not do that. Steam, whoever owns rights, the only Sony is going to do that. And if they get the rights to it, they 100% will, which really sucks. But to what Dallas said, like whatever it's called, Max now, like Max sucks. And I say that as somebody that loves like HBO is my favorite streaming service. Like I'm a huge DC person. Like they have all the Godzilla stuff on there too. Like they have like all the Studio Ghibli stuff on there too. So like everything that comes on Max is like everything I love. And ever since they switched to Max, it's just like I log on and it's like Love Island, like MILF Manor, like it's just like trash.
Not the MILF Manor, sir.
Time out. Did you say MILF
Wait,
Manor?
I was really about to ask that. Is that really a thing?
Like MILF?
Yes, that is a thing.
Man.
And that is a core
Ain't
memory.
that contradictory?
That is a core memory because I logged into it after the day they were sold it. And I was trying to watch one of the Batman movies again. And instead of being like, continue watching the Harley Quinn show, it was like, here's this like crap. And like MILF Manor was like the number one thing. And I was like,
Here's
why is
some
this being?
Harris's gonna sit here and
in
lie
your
like he
good
didn't
Christian
search it. He
show.
came across it because he searched it. Don't lie.
Exactly.
Harris.
He was looking for it. That ain't popping up on my
Watched it the one
recommendations.
time, and then
And
it's all over your algorithm.
wow.
Yeah, you like TikTok. Yeah, you gonna come across what you be searching, Harris. It's okay, bro. We're here to judge you.
That was the
We-
first day. First day they did it, and I was like, "Why?" Because their whole thing was the David Zavlov was in charge of the. He took over Discovery TV and made that to the trash like reality TV that it ended up turning into, and did the same thing with HBO. So
It's sad.
Am I the
Yeah,
only
also
one that likes
talking about-
HBO Max?
no, I love HBO Max. I just
I
wish
get
it
it
got
for
back
free.
to,
I
like,
ain't tripping.
Because
more.
there's so much the content. You like you said, they got all of Godzilla. They holding the entirety of the Adult Swim catalog.
Yeah.
It's just so much that WB's got his hands on. Harry Potter, all of it. And it's kind of hard. There's so many really solid IP there. There's so much good can be done with that content, but it won't be.
But now, if this goes into place, Sony gonna be in control of that.
Ooh,
Which I
and they
would
got
hate.
that
Yeah, do it
Crunchyroll
how you like
partnership.
content.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
I
lit.
would hate.
Yeah.
I would hate.
JD, time to flip from Mike. JD, I'm swinging over to you, man. Sony looking to make big moves. Sony looking to make big moves, man. They saying, hey, we finna bolster PlayStation by owning Mortal Kombat. And we're gonna further push our movies and TV agenda by getting this stuff with HBO Max. Man, your thoughts on Sony and the potential of Mortal Kombat being a PlayStation IP?
Well, given Sony's track record, they would try and make it exclusive. Now, whether that's something that will actually come to fruition to be some, we'll have to wait and see. But their track record, they'll definitely try it, which will suck for like a lot of consumers out there, especially, the fighting community on PC, which is very big, and of course Xbox and even Nintendo, even though it looks like, Pixel Buddies on there. But regardless, it will suck. And I can see them doing that. But I would really hate it more for like the movie and TV show franchises, because I mean we've seen Sony, run the Spider-Man movies for a while, and while
Bro, give
Tobey
Spider-Man
Maguire-
back to Marvel.
right,
My
and
bad.
while the first three with Tobey Maguire was straight and everything, since then it just kind of went by the wayside. And of course we've seen other movies that they did, with their own IPs, and as well as different other shows and stuff. And DC is already like on the downslopes when it comes to movies, and they're really trying to find their footing. And it looks like they're coming back. They found their path so far with James Gunn being in charge and everything. But with Sony, if Sony potentially buys in and takes over and they have the rights and everything, I wouldn't like it. But I reserve the right to be wrong. It could all work. I doubt it, but
5 years ago, JD, I would say that Xbox would be shaking in their boots, because if Sony is looking to control WB, that means they would have both Spider-Man, all the Spider-Man games, Wolverine game, all that stuff, and Batman exclusives. But none of that matters because Steam is coming to
don't care
Xbox and PlayStation on Steam. It don't checkmate. Checkmate. Big Phil ain't playing. He ain't. Oh, you gonna spend money? Cool. You gonna make PlayStation gonna make these games now? Cool. It's still gonna be on my console. Big Philly. That's crazy work. My bad, Hugger.
the funniest thing, honestly, would be if Sony is trying to purchase them and Phil and Satya just come in and swoop and just outbids them, because they can do it if they really wanted to.
If they wanted to.
Yeah, if they really wanted to, they could just swoop in and outbid them, which I would find hilarious.
Which it wouldn't. Nothing would change if Xbox bought Warner Bros. Games.
Yeah, nothing would change.
Literally, nothing would change.
It would just be the fact that it just swooped in and bought them.
Mm-hmm.
I want this to be more of a gaming acquisition than a movie thing. But Hug, switching over to you, Sony. In the midst of Warner Brothers Games making some shifts, switching things up, Sony's reportedly looking into scooping them up. This would be a major acquisition. Your thoughts?
If it would be nice if HBO came to Canada, then I would have a say in that. Right now, we don't have Max.
Y'all don't have
in
HBO?
Canada.
Canada?
Uh-uh.
They're not in Canada?
What?
Oh, no.
So y'all didn't have
it's-
it back in the day when you go find them squiggly lines and y'all had to. No, y'all know what I'm talking about.
No. Like I gotta either somebody has to stream like Dune for me or Dune Prophecy, or I have to sail the friendly seas to watch it. But I also don't trust Sony to unify their systems to make it available to watch without having an exorbitant fee or something, some tier to it. The gaming side, I also don't trust them because, I mean, Marathon.
What's Crave
That's
Hugger?
a big oversight. What?
What's Crave Hugger? That's a Canadian
Crave
thing. What's Crave?
Is like free TV, like Tubi. But Crave is, or not free TV. It's okay. It's not great. And I'm not signing up for another
not in Canada.
It's the Tubi of
because
Canada.
they don't like
Okay.
us.
Tubi of Canada's crazy.
That's Pluto.
wild.
I have nothing else to add other than Sony don't make. Not all their movies are terrible. Okay, let's stop. Okay, just because Spider-Man
all
was
of
The
them.
James Bond movies.
okay. You know what I
All
mean?
of them.
I'm just saying.
Sony makes good
Okay,
products when they keep their fingers out
name
of it.
5 good Sony movies.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hotel
I
Transylvania.
like all the James Bond movies.
Dumb
so
Money,
you're gonna get all of them.
Angry Birds movie,
Spider-Man 1 and 2.
A Man Called Otto,
Man
Venom,
Called Otto was so good.
2012.
Name 5 good Sony movies in the last 5 years.
They have Mission Impossible.
Bad Boys, Ride or Die.
Yeah, I can get Bad Boys for sure. That's the one.
Troll, quit
Someone's got
trying
their
to
fingies in everything.
fighting. Quit playing defense like you Gary
He
Payton.
said last 5
Like,
years.
let
I'm
me.
like, wait, what year are we in?
I don't even know where
you
you
can
were
still
in.
count
I'm
on
trying to
one
make a
hand.
point. You over here counterpointing my shit.
If you can still count them on one hand, it still counts.
Oh
Hey.
man,
I'm trying to make them look bad. Troll over here. Sony made good movies.
28 years
Listen,
They
later.
need to get Spider-Man back.
They make
Oh wait,
good ones.
Paddington in Peru. Peru that came out. That was dope.
What movie?
Paddington in Peru.
Oh, dude, Paddington's
Didn't
the
nobody
best.
watch that, but you and
Paddington.
6 other
Hey,
people.
Yes,
Paddington
yes.
Don't you dare
One of them
slander
days,
Paddington.
Kiki
Paddington
Palmer and
is just-
SZA.
Never seen
Paddington
it.
is just
Oh,
like
that was
Nobody
good.
watched that movie,
River.
but my auntie and my great grandmother. Other than
You
that,
said
nobody
good
ever watched
movies. You
that.
didn't say if everybody watched it. That's totally two different things.
If you
Gran
slander
Turismo,
Paddington,
I
you
actually
never
did
get
like
Lord.
Drake. I'm with you.
Mhm.
If I slander Paddington,
I'm never
like
coming
We
to
gonna
it.
fight.
Paddington is the best.
We gonna fight. And you know I'll go for the kneecap, fame.
Yeah.
What is
Exactly.
Paddington,
And
a
I said,
grizzly bear?
Dumb Money. That was the docu thing on
Young
the
Money.
GameStop bets. That was fire. They covered it very well.
The whole
That
Did
internet.
was
y'all
so
enjoy Gran Turismo like Drake Williams?
I
said Gran
did.
Turismo. Did y'all enjoy?
Mhm.
I enjoyed it.
I like.
I just think
it was good
Troll
for
is
what it
our
was.
newest PlayStation resident because he gonna like everything that comes out.
Did you
of
not like
Sony.
Equalizer 3?
Oh yeah, that was
It was
too.
I mean, I'm not
extremely
saying what you
subpar
said.
compared to the first two.
That's
not saying
correct.
what you
Come
saying
on,
ain't
man.
valid. I'm
You're
not
saying that
I can't let you
Equalizer 3 was
disrespect
even
Italy like
remotely
that.
close to the first two movies?
I mean, it don't have to be. It just got to be good.
Hell
It
no.
just gotta be
Yeah.
It
good.
just got to be good.
It just
And I'm
gotta
not
be
saying-
good.
I'm not saying everything you said wasn't valid. I'm only saying Craven also exists.
And also,
John Wick
Sony
is
can
the
take
same
credit
thing.
for
People
the
keep getting
Spider-Verse
murdered.
movies. Across the Spider-Verse, Sony can take credit for that too.
Yeah.
I give him
Mhm.
that. But they lose
Yeah.
10 points for delaying it after you said it was coming out in like 6 months later after the last one.
And Fame, I know you wiggled your toes for Morbius, so don't even try it. And
Yeah.
Madame Web, you were living for them.
Madam Web was an amazing
Trash.
Not
Trash.
Madam Web. Anything but Madam Web. Lord.
Nah, it's
Trash.
Fame's favorite movie. He had his feet in little
And we
God,
triangles
that
have
was
and
the
George
thing.
everything.
Foreman. Oh
Hey,
wait,
I
wait.
Spider-Man
Women
was
King.
in Sony
That's it.
too.
End of discussion. Woman King was phenomenal with
Oh,
Viola
I haven't seen
Davis.
that yet.
You haven't seen
Woman
Woman
King.
King yet?
You haven't
Go
seen
watch
Woman
it.
King?
No. I don't watch a lot of movies. I play games. I still don't watch Barbie.
Listen, Sony, I need you to get Warner Brothers Studios and streaming, right? That's the new division. All right. And put all the Marvel DC stuff on PlayStation only. Y'all can have Steam.
Hey, listen, me and Cho not
I
gonna get
think I
along.
said you'll be off.
Oh man.
Listen, why y'all are still here, man? We want to hit a goal of 20 likes during the podcast. Remember, 3 likes away. If I know your ass done smiled and laughed at least one time, and you ain't interacted with the stream, hit that like button. You owe it at this point, son of a gun.
That's
Listen,
crazy. Y'all over here stealing free laughs. That's wild.
yeah, you can't be stealing free laughs, bro. Coming over here, up in my house, laughing. and don't want to contribute to the cookout. Come on now. Listen,
It's crazy.
I'm gonna say this as someone who used to love the franchise. It doesn't matter that it's not 80. I could care less about Borderlands 4 right now.
What a transition.
I for some reason can't get behind and get excited for this franchise anymore. There was a lot of controversy. Everybody hollering at Randy Pitchford, thinking the game was going to be 80. Which, let's be honest, is that not going to be considered normal? Is that not Sony? Not Sony. Nintendo is already saying games are going to be 80. Physical games are 90 or whatever the case may be. Xbox is saying games are going to be 80. I don't quite understand what the argument and hurt was when this game was potentially going to be $80, because it seemed like that's the normal. $70 didn't last long. We already at 80. Troll,
No,
I
I'm
was
saying
first
out
with
loud.
you on every topic so far, and I'm gonna continue to be first with you, Troll. Borderlands 4 is $70.
$80 is not normal. $80 is not normal. $80 is not normal. $80 is not normal. In case you didn't hear me, $80 is not normal. Okay. As someone that went to Summer Games Fest, the showcase, if you watch the very beginning of the showcase, what did Jeff Keighley highlight? The top 10 games that were played on Steam. And he was talking about these smaller studios, and he was talking about Schedule 1, and he's talking about Repo. And we got games like Claire Expedition 33 this year. These games don't need to be $80, okay? If there's anything these companies are proving, you don't need to charge $80. Now, obviously, these games were made, years before now. But moving forward, I think that should be a lesson for them to say, okay, we don't need to charge everything base $80. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's saying, oh, if GTA is $200, I'm paying for it. They're not going to. I'm telling you right now.
Some people
because it's going to be on PlayStation first.
Some people
and
will.
nobody wants to spend $200 to get GTA 6 on PlayStation.
It's gonna be on
Oh.
Xbox too, fam.
Oh, it is?
What you mean?
You don't think it's gonna come on Xbox? GTA 6?
No, it's a simultaneous release.
Yeah,
Oh, it is a simultaneous
He
release.
trolling. He trolling.
big time. Trolling big time.
He caught on! He caught on! He caught on!
Trolling big
He
time.
caught on!
I'm on to you.
I'm
on!
only mad at Fame for like inviting a dude named Troll to the podcast and not fully expecting exactly what you got.
I've been
Okay,
glazing
I'm
PlayStation
on
this
you.
whole time. He caught on.
Okay, I'm on. But so 80 is not normal. I think you
80
only
is
said
not
it once.
normal. I truly believe you
It's
don't
going
need.
to be.
I think $70 was like premium. I think 60 the sweet spot. How much is Dying Light Beast? Isn't that 50 or 60?
Yeah,
Let me
that
look
one's
that
not
up.
full price, I don't think.
Everybody goes to research.
hmm
Oh my
60.
god.
That's more
Is it
expensive than I
60?
thought it would be. Yeah, it is 60.
It is $60. Again, we don't need $80 for every game because it's open world.
But developers and publishers, and it might have to leave Harrison out of this conversation, they're not gonna go backwards, bro. There's no
That-
way they go backwards.
They just greasing the
Once the
wheels for
standard
next
is
gen.
set,
That's all.
you know what I'm saying? Like, think about how when it comes to them, doing DLCs. Once everybody was cool with DLC, microtransactions. Like, once they decide that we are making money, and at the end of the day, gamers are full of crap. We say out there tomorrow, we're gonna boycott this, and we're not gonna pay for that. And the first chance they get, they out here giving plasma to get extra money to go buy it, bro. Because at the end of the day, people they're gonna buy these games. FOMO is real. Hooker said it earlier. They don't want to miss out. And I don't see developers all of a sudden after we're already seeing crazy layoffs. Now we're hearing Microsoft is possibly laying off another 6,000 people. All these layoffs, and they're saying, we're going to take less money. And we're seeing that these games are still selling. They did it at 70, and we blinked, and the argument lasted for what, a week of conversation, maybe 2 weeks, and then no one cared anymore. 80 gonna be the same way. I'm not saying I want games to be 80. Don't get me wrong. I'm subscribed to Xbox Game Pass. I be getting review codes for games, and I be reviewing them, and you know, if I can get every game like that, that's how I prefer to do it, right? I don't want to pay 80. I just don't see us going backwards. I think Nintendo, Microsoft, and we're waiting for the new Madden and 2K to drop. Once both of those confirmed, because I want to say 2K was one of the first games that went to 70.
Yeah,
They
was.
like
Yes, yep.
headlined it, right? It was 2K.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so as soon as
Castle
Madden and
Madden.
2K drop and they both 80, it's over.
Yeah, if
I know
they
it's over
raise
when
prices, they'll
WWE
find a way to
2K
get
is
that too.
$80.
It's gonna be 80.
Game Pass.
Troll
That's
is
all I'm saying.
sir. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. Anybody, I want to swing around the panels. We got one more topic after this. Anybody is excited that this game is 70 and not 80? Besides Troll.
Oh no. It's already like
Oh, you don't
80
care?
bucks here already.
Personally, I don't care. I probably wasn't gonna get it anyway, but that's just me.
That's my point. That's me. Borderlands I don't understand when did after Borderlands 2, since when was Borderlands really like the topic of conversation? I'm not trying to poo-poo on it, but it ain't been good in a while.
The
So
last time,
I don't understand why everybody was so hurt.
last time we was all talking about Borderlands, it was in the same context as Kevin Hart. The time before that, the time before that was the last time the team went to medieval times. Nobody really like
Did anybody watch the movie that came out?
Nope.
No,
I did. It was the best movie I've watched this decade.
Honestly, Kate
This is
Blanchett
why
was in
people
it.
don't like black people.
They see what I'm saying? Thanks, other Baron. So,
Thank you, new
Because
Baron.
you lie.
evil Baron, that's crazy.
Hey,
Nah,
don't
but-
say nothing, Dallas, before I put away your recycling.
Was-
I've been for
I'm about to drop a couple more cans in there in a second. You know what's crazy is like I own every single Borderlands game and have yet to get into the franchise, and I only own them because they go on sale faster than Ubisoft games. They-
Damn.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
they do.
He
I'm
ain't
not even
lying.
trying to sound
He's
mean.
spitting right now.
I'm not even trying to sound mean when I say that, but I've tried.
That
these
was
games,
mean.
I just can't get into them. I just can't get into them. Like I've been way more entertained by all the things surrounding Borderlands than I have been by Borderlands over the years, and that's telling. That really says something. So if you gonna charge me $80 for that, like there's an argument to be made for GTA. I'm not saying I think they're very valid, but there are arguments that can be made. There's a conversation to be had there. I think that the argument over raising the price for video games kind of hits a speed bump when we start talking about what games we actually talking about. When we get away from Madden and 2K and like all of the staples that certain people feel like they have to have. People out there who only buy a game a year, those are the games they buy. Those are going to sell no matter what. There's a whole lot more stuff out there. Eventually, you're going to start affecting people's jobs over a trivial price hike because you saw somebody else do it. Everybody want to play Studio C, Studio Do, and you gonna mess over your employees. You better be careful. So nah, I don't support a price hike for nothing, especially Borderlands, which I haven't took a look at since the last time I rode by medieval times.
No,
Brother.
Fame,
And it's
did
set
you
to
did,
drop.
did you get a chance to see that image for the different editions?
Yes. So that's why I was just getting ready to go down. So it's supposed to drop on September 12th. Borderlands 4, there's a standard, deluxe, and a super deluxe, right? All of course getting that base game. The super deluxe is also getting the super. No, it's a pre-order. Oh, pre-order bonus is the Gilded Glory Pack, which is one Vault Hunter skin, one weapon skin, then Echo 4 drone skin. The deluxe edition and the super deluxe edition is getting a bounty pack bundle for unique areas and missions and bosses, 4 vault cards and unique challenges and rewards, new gear and weapons, new Vault Hunter cosmetics, and 4 new vehicles with new cosmetics. The deluxe and super edition is also getting a Firehawk Fury, which is a weapon skin. The super deluxe edition, which I believe is 150, correct me if I'm wrong, singularly alone gets the Vault Hunter pack, which is 2 playable Vault Hunters, 2 map regions, new story missions and side missions, new gear, weapons, new Vault Hunter cosmetics, and an Echo 4 cosmetic. And also the Super Deluxe Edition is getting an Ornate Order pack, which is 4 Vault Hunter skins, 4 Vault Hunter heads, and 4 Hunter bodies. But you got to drop that 150, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it
That's
was
the
And
price
his
that I
150.
saw.
skins and bodies are sold separately. Batteries not included.
Bro,
Oh
new
no,
missions, new Vault
Physical?
Hunters, new maps.
oh no, and standard edition is $80. You can no.
Now, standard is 70. So I believe it's 70,
Yeah,
80,
Oh,
and then I think the Super Deluxe is the 130 or 140, something like that. I
that's
gotta find it.
insane.
But I believe that's
But,
what I saw.
that is crazy.
That's like collector's edition money for something like Borderlands.
But this is the type of thing I talked about, how these publishers and they're not going backwards. Like, this is the standard that was set of us giving us, hey, we're going to chop this up into different stuff because we want to make as much money as possible. And I don't want to feel like I'm leaving you out. But Harris said, can you touch on this or no?
No, Diddy.
I can say that if a game from Rockstar, I understand being $80. Their games are probably the only games I'd be comfortable paying $80 for. To touch on your Borderlands thing, if I'm allowed to speak on this too, like Borderlands was my friend group's game in college. So like I've thousands of hours between 1, 2, like played those over and over again. But 3 came out, we played it
Same.
once, we were done. Tiny Tina's
Same.
Tiny Tina's Wonderlands came out, played that once, and like I was done. And if you look at it from a gameplay perspective, not a ton changed from like an overview if you just watched a trailer, but within the game itself, they stopped innovating within it. And nobody was ever really in it for the story, but it was an integral part. The writing was, at least. And looking back on it, yes, it was cringe, but the story and the writing from 3 and Wonderlands just felt very like somebody watched somebody play the games, play it, and was like, this is the story or the writing that we should watch. And I don't know. As somebody that has thousands of hours in that franchise, like I still forget Borderlands 4 is a thing and it's coming out, which is insane because I should be the target audience for it. But I don't know. But on your thing about publishers, I don't know. I can tell you, I have not had a conversation yet about charging $80 for a game that I've been involved with. Oh.
Because say it one more time, Troll. $80 is what?
What did I say? $80 what?
It's not normal.
$80 is not
It's
normal.
not normal.
Oh, it's great. Absolutely wonderful.
T.
Hey, bro, cut his mic off, Hugger. Don't let him talk no more. Don't let him talk no more. JD, I'm swinging to you, my boy. The Otaku Fix, man. Borderlands is $70. You hype as hell, right? Day one buy for you, ain't it?
Hell yeah, I'm buying the Ultimate Deluxe Edition. What did you say? That was 130? Buying that day one.
Yeah.
Buying
You
it
for
day
real?
one. Hell no.
Y'all play too much.
Nah, man. Look, I'm Borderlands not really for me. I tried it back in the day, just didn't really grab me. So for me, I didn't care whether it was gonna be 80 or not. However, I am a firm believer as in I don't feel every game should be 80. I don't feel games should be 80 in general because a lot of these games aren't even worth the $70 price tag that they're spitting out. And
How much was
it's
Mind's
too
Eye?
Oh.
Mind's Eye. How much was
I
that?
think 70. 70.
Damn.
When everything went to 70, and then games like Armored Core was 60, and I'm like, this is some of the greatest stuff I played all year.
Yeah, man.
Street Fighter 6 came out that year, stuff like that, and some of the greatest games you will play this generation. And never mind, I shut up.
Mind's Eye is
My bad.
60.
To your point, JD. I ain't mean to
But
cut you off.
no, it's all good. But yeah, that's the point. Like the games aren't even worth the 70 they're spitting out, and there's too many games people are buying that's not worth it. That's either a buggy mess like Mind's Eye, or it's just lackluster or just full of microtransactions. And you're paying $70 for these, and most people, the average person, can only get like maybe 4 games a year. So you spending 4 games, spending all this money, plus if you're on console, you gotta pay for online and all this extra stuff. It's not really worth it. So going to 80, it's just gonna get even worse. So I'm a firm believer no game should really be 80. I didn't like it when Nintendo announced they was going to 80 because I already knew everybody else was gonna follow suit. But that's where we're going. I'm just grateful I have Game Pass to save me money. And for the games I really want, I will pay the fine, but I ain't gonna like it. But I'm still pay it.
Really quickly, 2 things. We're 1 like away, man. Quit playing with us. We're 1 like away from hitting that 20. And Arcade, who is a level 1 gaming channel member, shout out to you, man. He said it was 60. I believe that 60 he's talking to was about Mind's Eye. And I believe if you bought that on PlayStation, you can get that refunded. Because it was buns.
No. Well, maybe they have recently. Maybe
I could have sworn I saw you can get a refund.
They're allowing refunds.
Okay.
Yeah, they're allowing refunds. I saw that.
Yeah, they're pulling the cyberpunk approach.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Mind's Eye, I'm sorry, I don't think you'll be able to pull a redemption arc like Cyberpunk did. Like that took
Years.
extensive work. And shout out to them because I was able to get Cyberpunk for and the Steel Edition for like $2 at Best Buy, brand new, because it was trash at the time. And I was like, and I sent Hugger one of the steel books. So it was like had a bunch of extra ones. I was like, they giving them away like your grandmother would give away peppermints. And acting like they candy or cough drops. Yeah, man, his grandmother had cough drops and thought it was candy. Hey, we hit 20 likes, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate it. We got one thing left I do want to talk about. And I am such a terrible host. I had it queued up and I
You know what it is, man. It got delayed.
My God. God of War Greek. Apparently been pushed back to 2026. That game was supposed to release this year. Ain't no way. For one, I got God of War Ragnarok still inside the plastic. Not because I'm not excited to play it. I just keep forgetting that I have it. But God of War Greek pushed back to 2026. Also, Marathon. Can we just all agree that it should just die at this point? It's been indefinitely delayed.
Yeah.
I really hope it just dies, man.
There's no coming back from the whole theft thing, and I just don't see people, even as diehard as the Trolls community is, the PlayStation community, right? No matter how diehard they are, they let Concord die expeditiously. Go ahead, Hugs. I'm sorry.
Expeditiously is crazy.
See, I got a friend that just got hired at Bungie, so I do want Marathon to go forward, but I am like, brother, what's the chances? I feel so bad. Marathon, but there's a level of incompetence through the top to the bottom for that to happen.
I just don't see any world to where this game comes out and it receives positivity in the game. It's going to come out and immediately be a meme.
Lawbreakers.
I think it's memed already.
I don't know. I mean,
shout out to Lawbreakers, man. Shout out to Lawbreakers.
Great game.
R.I.P.
Lawbreakers said nobody.
You don't think Marathon can survive the bad heat?
No, I think they would have to seriously delay it to where everyone kind of forgets, and then like a new grand opening, like re-show it again. Like they can't go like 3 years and then release it. No, you got to really just start the hell over your marketing campaign and hope that people forgot. And one thing about this industry is people, they don't forget. They don't, and I don't think people are going to let it go. I think the damage is already done, and they might as well just cut their losses.
Damn.
In my opinion.
See, I was saying, but it was a different situation, but I never thought Hogwarts Legacy would sell what it sold. With all she was saying on the internet.
But the IP was, I think the IP
is too big. That's too big.
Yeah.
I think the IP was too big. Shorty could have continued to say the most outlandish things in the world, but the IP is too big. Baron was just in here talking about Slither Gang not too long ago, right? I think the IP is just way
I went to the
too
Hogwarts
large.
store in New York. Like
Marathon's a new IP.
No.
As long as
did anybody play the original Marathon games here? Anybody? Okay, there you go. So turning Marathon
Didn't
into
know there was an
Extraction.
original marathon game.
Yeah, so them doing this is like 30 years from now. BioShock coming back as an extraction shooter. Like it was, I don't want to
no.
say a Doom
Ew.
clone, but it was very like it's of that genre. So coming back as an extraction shooter is wild to me.
Disrespectful.
I'm just shocked that they chose the route of extraction shooter in the beginning.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. To be honest, that game's gonna die. I try to be optimistic. It's gone.
Come on, bro.
You couldn't do it.
They're
You
better
couldn't do
off.
it.
Perfect launch.
Who was that to be canceling movies before they come out? Was it Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they'll cancel a movie and say, you know, we'll make more money putting it in the vault and writing it off as a loss on our taxes. They might as well do that, bro. Just write it off as a loss. Don't release it, and you got to give out refunds, and just don't do it, bro.
I mean, they
I just
brushed
think
off
go ahead. And
Concord 200 mil. They don't seem to really care about that. Brush this off too.
I don't think Concord was rushed. I think it was just trash.
Yep. Because
Dang.
they said
And
they were
you
working on it
charge-
for like 7 years, huh? 7, 8 years.
You
Did they
charge
say-
$40. Meanwhile, Overwatch 2 and Marvel Rivals was free to play.
Free.
Dumb. And
I forgot Overwatch 2 exists.
I hate
Damn.
I hate to say it, right? But the people who was like, oh, they didn't that Overwatch has a sub community that's really loud and they play, you know what I'm talking about, Hug. And then Marvel
Yeah.
Rivals, it's the reason why Emma Frost thick as hell.
Horny freaks.
It's a reason. You get what I'm saying? Like they're not dumb. Like they know what they're doing. Like they you know,
Yeah.
what was that game that I played religiously when it first came out? First Descendant, right?
First Descendant.
People
Oh, yeah.
gooner,
Yeah.
they gooner this, like they know what they're doing, bro. And unfortunately, you dropped a game that was $40. It wasn't free, and you didn't give that gooner community something to goon to. It was DOA, bro. It was, and I'm not the one to say you need to be able to goon on characters. I don't believe it. I don't,
Why you think Stellar? Why you think Stellar Blade is doing amazing on PC?
Because they gooning, bro.
And the mods.
Exactly.
They booted up the game and they got 60 hours in it and ain't got past the prologue, bro. Well, you know what it is,
Why
bro.
near Automata sold more than their replicant right there.
Mhm.
Crazy.
I hate y'all.
Unfortunately, that's just where we are as a society in the gaming space.
Which
Is
is
that-
wild because this is the same society that gets in a whole uproar every time there's a female main character.
They want a female
Oh,
main
shit.
character, but they want to be able to goon.
Pretty
I
much.
mean, you know.
You can't go in with Ellie. You know.
I mean, some people can.
Some people can, but the majority you can't go in with Ellie.
Oh, man.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. When now we're at the point now when people bring up Ellie, I don't think of the Last of Us games. I just think of the Last of Us show. And I keep saying how they keep memeing her. Somebody memed her into Buzz Lightyear, and it's like stuck into my brain, bro. Because she didn't deserve that. And the whole
And
I'm
it's
a
crazy
dad.
because I like Bella Ramsey, but I just don't think she was great for that role. I just think that's what it was. Just
Like honestly,
Not-
they should have just paid the money, much of the money they can, to see if they can get Paige Elliott to do. I'm sorry, not
Yeah,
Paige Elliott. I'm
Paige.
respectful.
Elliot Page.
What
Elliot
are they?
Page.
Elliot Page.
Elliot Page. Sorry, I don't know how I got that mixed up. Just pay the money because that likeness. Sony stole their likeness for Ellie, bro. Let's just keep it a beam.
Let's be for
Because I
real.
thought it was Elliot Page first time I seen it.
Let's be for real. When I first saw the first ad for The Last of Us, I was like, wait, ain't that the girl from Beyond Two Souls? Like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm just saying the girl who played Abby in the show, she felt more like a Ellie to me.
Oh man, I haven't seen any of season 2 either.
Me either.
I didn't think
Yeah,
Yennefer was
I
going to
ain't
be a
mad
good
at
actor in
games.
The Witcher show, and she blew me away.
Killed it.
Man,
Bruh, I
same.
hated on her.
Killed it.
She's
Killed
so
it.
good.
I'm hoping video game TV shows and movies continue to get better, man. I'm looking forward to the next Sonic movie. Some of them nailed it. The next Mario. Some of them just
More
flat out
game.
nailed it. It's the live action that scares me because we all have the look of the gamer model in mind, and if we don't see that, it bothers us. But listen, we over our time. Holy hell, nobody told me.
Dragon Ball
Not
Evolution.
nobody tell me to shut up.
Oh,
That's
man.
my bad. Listen, I didn't do it at the beginning of the show because I screwed up. But if you go in the description down below, I did, and it's permanent. It's gonna be permanent now. If you guys want to follow the homie Troll and everything he's doing, man, his link tree is in the description. Also, go check out the homie Harrison. I can never truly pronounce his Twitter handle. It's a Purgle. One. It's two R's. You got to roll it.
I can't roll my R's. I'm sorry.
What?
Oh, nice.
You got two R's. You got to be able to roll them. Purgle one. You got to be able to roll them R's. Listen, they're links to follow them. Pause.
Brother.
If you want to follow either one of those two, the things you need to click on is in the description down below. It should be there permanently, man, as they are two of our newest panel members of the show, man. If you enjoyed the show again, please hit that like button. It's free $99. Don't cost you a dime. This ain't Twitch. Subscribing is free. Follow us over on TikTok. If you want to consider supporting us, because Lv1Gaming.com, where Harrison writes his amazing reviews, is ad-free. So all the money that we get from YouTube keeps the lights on at Lv1Gaming.com. Listen, with all that said, congratulations. You guys leveled up. This was Lv1 Gaming Podcast. See you guys next Wednesday with more stuff to talk about. And with all that said, peace.
Onions.
Onions.